Due to that, lawsuit accuses the president and his cabinet of targeting Illinois and Chicago for federalized troops because, quote, they have fallen out of a president's favor. Governor J.B. Pritzker firing back at the Trump administration over the president's plans to send the National Guard to Chicago, 300 from Illinois and several hundred more from Texas. The governor accused the president of creating a crisis as justification for sending in troops.
This escalation of violence is targeted and intentional and premeditated. The Trump administration is following a playbook: cause chaos, create fear and confusion, make it seem like peaceful protesters are a mob.
The 67-page lawsuit cites the president's recent comments that Democratic cities like Chicago should be used as a training ground for the military. It contends that the escalating conflict between ICE agents and protesters are a flimsy argument for sending in troops. The lawsuit stating these advances in President Trump's long-declared war on Chicago and Illinois are unlawful and dangerous. Lawyers for the city and state in federal court this afternoon to ask for a temporary restraining order to prevent the troops' deployment.
And there is no need or justification for a militarized response to anything going on in Chicago.
With today's litigation, we send a message to the president. Chicago will not be used as a political prop. Chicago will not be intimidated.
But Judge April Perry, appointed by President Biden, denied that request and gave the federal government 2 days to respond. The White House defended the move.
The president is using his authority as Commander-in-Chief, U.S. Code 12406, which clearly states that the president has the right to call up the National Guard in cases where he deems it's appropriate.
Some Republicans say that maybe Chicago does need the Guard to get things under control and to protect federal agents.
Unfortunately, the protests are getting violent. So ICE has a right to protect their own property, and so they need some assistance.
Earlier today, Mayor Johnson, surrounded by a host of elected and community leaders, signed an executive order that bans federal agents from using any city property as staging grounds for immigration enforcement activities. Private businesses can also request a sign if they want to protect their property. Now in court today, we learned that those troops from Texas are expected to be arriving here tonight. Judge Perry said while the deployment of those troops is problematic, she said she needs more time to get briefed by both sides. She has scheduled oral arguments on the temporary restraining order for Thursday.